Hi, everybody. Welcome to Beyond the Backcast, where I and I'm Upper talk with Bragon Caddy to talk about Batman, the animated series. And this week's episode is. Shit, I didn't change that, but it's Cold Comfort. How you doing today, sir?
I say, Burr, it's cold in here. There must be a Batman in the atmosphere.
Oh, yeah.
You call those spirit fingers?
Yes, as I said, this week's episode is Cold Comfort. Was like a short turnaround of the of Mr. Freeze being the villain in this episode. It was the third episode of season three, and it's the third episode to air. And it looks like by next week it won't be in order anymore by the looks of it, because it looks like the production order and the air date order were different. So yeah. So if you're just like the last two seasons, we'll be going with the production order of the episodes. So if you're following along with the on the physical media, like the Blu-rays or the DVDs, like we were doing, or if you're watching it on, yeah, I think it's on Amazon Prime in Canada. Well, as well, like hey, the third season's on there as well. So if you're following along with on either of those, it'll be that order instead of the airing order, which I think IMDb shows the order, like their order, rundown order. So if you're so that's so if it's different from what your list might be, then that is why. But yeah, but this aired October 11th, 1997. It was written by Hilary Bader and directed by Dan Reba. Do you remember what you
Did
were
you say
doing?
that first person was their last name is Bader?
Yeah, like, so I guess I wonder if you're they're related to buddy from the Drew Carey show.
No, that's not where I was going with that. That must have been an unhappy childhood.
No, no, I guess or like I guess he did the voice of Batman later on in the animated series is at one point, like I think it's one of
Oh,
the more.
Diedrich Bader.
Yeah.
Oh,
Why
okay. Okay.
which beta were you going with?
Never mind.
I have no idea what you're what you may or may not
Give
be
it a minute.
referencing. I have no idea.
What word ends in Bader?
I don't know. I can't even.
I'll tell you when you're older.
Anyway, as I said, this week is the return of Mr. Freeze. And I have to say, this is probably like the one that, not because of the Futurama style reveal later on. I'm not a huge fan of the like the redesign of his suit.
I was going to ask about what your
Yeah,
thoughts were on that.
so far the other designs so far have been like obviously different because it's like a couple years later. It's like different people doing it and stuff, and they probably did like slight tweaking with it. And obviously the Robin costume is different because it's obviously a different Robin. With each iteration, yeah, new thing with the uh, character whatnot. If I could talk, I would say with each different character change, yeah, obviously they're going to have a different costume and whatnot. So so that kind of makes sense. But I think this is the first time of like the main characters that it's been like a bit of a big change.
The
And
thing that I was particularly not fond of, I mean, I like the red eyes on Mr. Freeze, but this case, they're not goggle lenses, they're just his eyes,
yeah,
which is a little weird.
yeah, because it kind of made sense because like probably because he needed to cover his eyes to have them not like totally freeze over or whatever sort of thing. That's how he took why he needed the goggles and that, and then with uh, whatever he was using for the glass or to see through with them. Whatever I imagine what he needed to do to keep the inside of his of them warm. It would have reflected red sort of thing, so that made that you can make that jump for that. But yeah, the like the Thrawn style like red eyes I'm not. Yeah, it doesn't. It
Oh
didn't.
yeah, it is kind of Thrawn energy, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah. So it doesn't really because he's kind of bluish and stuff. Yeah, so it doesn't. Oh shit, that's. I just realized, and that was one of the things I forgot to do when I was at Fan Expo last weekend. I was going to go get one
Oh,
of
see
the.
Timothy Zahn?
Yeah, because I guess like on his at his table or booth or whatever, he had like pre-signed books and stuff. So even if he wasn't there, I was going to buy one of them, and I fucking totally forgot shit. And they were like the signed books, and they were relatively cheap. Relatively cheap, yeah. So I was gonna buy one. Fuck. Oh yeah, there's always like a couple things you always like remember that you fucking forgot to do like well after the fact after Fan Expos, but oh, it wasn't too
Every
bad. I don't
every
know.
fan expo turns into like a time management
Yeah,
challenge
yeah,
for me.
yeah. Or I was just trying to remember everything because even though that's why I use my notes on my phone just to make sure if there's like stuff I want to do or hidden or even books I want to pick up. So if I did that, and I should have put a note in there to say, pick up that book because I probably should have realized I would have forgotten if I didn't write it down. And lo and behold, I did because I just remember now. But I don't think I ever asked you like how was your fan expo after I left the table or the
That
booth.
was good. Yeah, we got to hang out at the Canadian podcast booth for a bit. They actually gave me another hour. I didn't know if I
Oh,
told you
nice.
that, but that was really generous of them. Thank you again to the Canadian Podcast Awards people for letting us promote both Beyond the Backcast and Fandom and Folklore. Really appreciate that. But yeah, no, it was fun. I did Smallville Nights on Saturday. That was a lot of fun. They don't let you do photos or video, and it actually works out better that way because like I think the actors who play like Lex and Clark are more, they're kind of letting their guard down a little bit more because they don't feel like they have to be as performative like for like the world as they put it, like more just for the audience in the theater.
And they don't have to
And
worry about stuff being taken out of context later on, sort of thing,
exactly.
and all that fucking shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got a good laugh out of Tom Welling. I gave him my Christian Bale Batman impression, and that was pretty rad. But yeah, no, got lots of other photos also on my Instagram for my show if you guys want to see them. And I think I posted some on ours for Beyond the Backcast. So yeah, if you guys are more curious about some of what went down, you can
Yeah.
find some of the photos there.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping we would have seen Condiment King again, but it was only for that one show. Like, was it like last March TorontoCon last year? I think it was.
Hmm. Yeah, I did see an Arkham Batman cosplay, which was
Oh,
really,
nice.
really good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I don't think I saw him yet. So that would have been good to see.
yeah. So this episode opens up. I feel like okay, so this is 97, right? This episode came out.
Yeah.
What Batman and Robin the movie come out?
W- yeah, it would have either been I think it was this summer. I think yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I don't think it
Yeah.
was Christmas.
No, I know, yeah, because or at the very least the fall or September, but I want to say it was like the summer of 97, yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking it up here. Yeah, so June. Okay, yeah, I kind of confirms it because this
Yeah.
opening, I'm wondering if they definitely took some cues from the movie with some of the set pieces because it opens up in a museum where this paleontologist is talking about this new dinosaur she discovered, the Ultrasaurus, which sounds like something that came out of Jurassic World.
Yeah, that's what I was
They
thinking too,
made up.
yeah. But I did look it up. That was like a name of a dinosaur initially, but they realized they had mixed up like two different skeletons or whatever. So it was just like a Brachiosaurus and something else, and they just realized two different they thought were two different things were like the same thing, or like was like one like dinosaur thing or whatever, sort of like genus or whatever the fuck. So
This is no
it's like
dinosaur, it's an angel.
what was that advertising for? It was just for like a store or something like that, right? I think.
I think it was for opening up like a new mall or something.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the mall. Yeah, yeah. Because I always forget. I always forgot. I remember like the first part of that episode. I always forgot like what the reveal was for that. But I think as you've like mentioned like earlier on in this podcast, so yeah, I think we've like not unlike off my shelf that they always happen to bring up Star Trek every episode, or if I'm on the episode, I make sure to freaking bring it up. Is I think we've like referenced The Simpsons, or like unintentionally, like almost every episode in some way.
Yes, unintentionally. That's exactly right.
Yeah, I
We've
think.
done one of two things like to the listeners here. We've either convinced them to watch Batman the animated series or we've convinced them to watch The Simpsons or possibly both.
Well, if they're not watching either, then we don't want to fucking don't want you to listen to this podcast because you need to
Yeah,
want to be
get
watching
out.
both, both or nothing, and watch like one of each back and forth. I can't watch two episodes back to back of the same series. It has to be Simpsons and Batman, Simpsons
Yeah.
Batman, Simpsons Batman, and yeah, then just like the one downfall of me getting like the full time position and getting on like the working the new channels is that I don't work uh on what is it on the whatever station it is that has like Bravo because because they air The Simpsons.
Aren't you watching like a bunch of like Discovery stuff, like
Yeah.
Sopranos
So
and
like
things?
so like So like I got a bunch of other stuff to monitor, so I can't really pop up punch up that so like before I could like pop it up and like listen to it as I'm like working and stuff. So like so I just but no, of course I can't really complain with getting a full time position. But the one downfall is not being able to watch The Simpsons anymore while I get paid.
That's just life.
Yes, yes, yes. I think I've won at life when that became a thing. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so as the scientist is premiering this Ultrasaurus, all of a sudden these women walk in like parka coats and sunglasses, and they wear no like leggings. Like they're seemingly like wearing like short shorts or something. Is
Do you think they're just like pale the color pale leggings, or do you think they're actually like showing leg?
I'm gonna go with the pale leggings, but yeah, that's very much also a possibility too. Because like, either way, like you're gonna be freezing. Like how comfortable or like how thermally comfortable are Lululemon tights?
I honestly have no idea because like if I had ever worn them, I would say it and actually confirm or not. But I actually can't say it because I honestly don't know.
And all of a sudden, Freeze walks in. We kind of touch more about his redesign, so don't need to really go too much into that. But yeah, he's in there, and they think that he's there to steal the dinosaur bones. And they're like, you can't just like sell these on the black market. He's like, that's
Like,
not why I'm here.
who steals a dinosaur? Says Nicolas Cage after they realize that his T-Rex skull they bought was stolen from Mongolia.
Wait,
Yeah,
Nicolas Cage had a T Rex skull?
yeah, and then because that's how like one of the many reasons why you fucking went bankrupt and had to say yes to basically any fucking movie is because that's how he went bankrupt is because he just spent his money, and
Yeah.
part of it was like I think real estate deals went wrong, and then he spent like millions of
Yeah, the
dollars
Action
on.
Comics number
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah,
this
yeah,
Superman
yeah,
appearance.
yeah. I had that too. Yeah, that eventually got stolen. That got found years later. So I imagine it was probably like a great. Obviously, it's like a graded copy, so they can actually like track the serial code and whatnot. Because when I was initially heard that story, I was like, "How does that work?" And then realized after I got into comics, I'm like, "Okay, yeah." It's because who has like a action number or like a legit copy of action number one and doesn't have it fucking graded? Just to make sure it doesn't like people don't touch it and fucking rip it to shit or anything.
I mean, I could also see Nicolas Cage forgetting to do that part, but that's just because he's
well,
Nicolas
well,
Cage.
well, that's the thing. That it would mean that he found it like loose somewhere, which at this point like in life, like I imagine it would happen because actually I think that's what happened when that that one copy that was like an 8 point, like a 7 or an 8.0 or something like that. Some of you, it's probably about like 10, 12 years ago now. Say like some of these parents died like unfortunately, and they had like a cabin or their place was like in the like East Coast mountains, so it's kind of like which is not like huge mountains, but it's high enough that like there's like no humidity and all that stuff. And they had like an old Foot Locker and found that book. And before like they there was like an the best CGC copy of that book before it was like worth $1 million, and then like once this one got graded, it was like a good point or two higher, and it was so it sold they had it like at San Diego Comic Con that year, and had like a bunch of cops like go around guarding it, and it sold for like it's probably like $2 or $3 million. Yeah, and it's like now like the book that's like worth the most or whatever. So like so unless like something like that happens, that he did that, which in theory could happen, which I doubt it was most likely like a already a graded copy. Yeah, so but knowing like Nicolas Cage's like weird life, he like he would like like randomly come across like an ungraded action number one.
You know what I was just thinking? Maybe when that Superman Lives movie just like collapsed in like the studio pre-production plans, maybe he like broke into the archives and stole the copy as like waste punishment for wasting his time.
If I can't play Superman, you can't have Superman. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna steal it. I'm gonna steal Action Comics, whatever the hell the number is.
Yeah. Yeah, because I that's how I eventually came across my copy of New Mutants '98. I was like, guys, I did
You
randomly.
stole it?
Oh no! No, I like all right, I basically did because like buddy had it on for $1. And yeah, no, it's just like yeah, buddy did like I just like friend buddy had like two like short boxes and like had in the back of his like random junk store, like close to where my mom lives, and she was like, oh yeah, this guy has some comics, you should check it out. And like 6 months later, I finally went in like fifth book hit. It was just like a loose copy of New Mutants '98. So I was like, I'll take this book and some random other book, which I think was like a Batman or Detective, I think, but I'm not 100%
Oh,
because
rad.
which which it was like a random copy because I didn't know I just buy one book and it was another like he had it on for $1, so I was like, two please. He's like, so that's it. And I was like, yeah, being all nervous. I was like, and I because you fucking yeah, if he had saw my reaction when I saw that book, he would have known something was fucking up. And then I left her, and now I have to like up on my
Why
wall
are
because
you sweating so much?
Hey, lift your shirt. What do you have under there? I'm not stealing anything. I swear. No, I'm stealing right in front of your face. Because because I eventually got it signed by Liefeld and Fabian as whatever how you say his last
Sure,
name.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, the other guy that worked on it and got it graded, and it's like it came out as a 7.5. So because I knew it, like he didn't even have it like in a bag and a board, which is unfortunate. But so like I wasn't expecting to be like a grade, so it's worth like $250 right now. Play maybe a bit more because it's signed by both. Yeah, and dude sold it for $1. So like yeah, I did basically steal it without, but I did pay for it because as I said, I paid $1 for it.
You took that dollar and you made a fortune out of it.
Yeah. So I doubt I'll ever sell it. Yeah, but like but yeah, it's like and actually weirdly enough, it's not even like the comic that's worth the most in my collection because I have that. I like the Silver Snail like a number of years ago had like a copy of Omega Man #3 for sale, so I bought it. And with the idea to get it graded, and it took a couple of years because I think it was like right before, like right after, everything started opening up with after the pandemic and stuff. So like I skipped the one that Fan Expo that year, and then I think that Fan Expo last year, or the year before, finally got it graded, and it came out as a 9.8. So it's worth like just under like $4 right now. So.
No.
And I 100% didn't pay that much for it when I got it at the Silver Snail, and they like I think the owner was at like catch me out. And he was like, I was thinking about getting it graded, but he's like, I just didn't feel like it, so I just didn't feel like I had to deal with it and get it sent it away. So I put it, so I just put it up on the wall. So
Well,
I was like, good, because I'm eventually going to do that, and I'm glad I did, because yeah, as I said, it came out as a 9.8, so definitely worked out.
yeah. So Freeze is to the ask the doctor what killed the dinosaurs, the ice age, and just like
Oh,
freezes the whole
yeah.
dinosaur solid.
I forgot about that shit.
Yeah.
I think I put like most of that movie out of my memory. Yeah.
Give sequels to a stupid mammoth and a saber-toothed tiger and a sloth.
Where's Danny DeVito?
Yeah. But yeah, so like the Ultrasaurus just like collapses before like the paleontologist, and she's like
Like cried because I
distraught.
yeah, because I think that was like the culmination of like 30 years of work.
Yeah,
I think they said in the when they were doing like the speech, like as they were like unveiling the dinosaur like skeleton or whatever.
yeah. And then she asks Freeze, and I love his reply because it's so haunting and yet so funny because it took me by surprise. But she's just like, "Why?" And he just goes, "Why
Why
not?"
not? Yeah, no, I definitely wasn't expecting that. It was like, holy fuck.
Yeah,
How can you be so cool, Mr. Freeze? Like, come on.
say that
That's not,
again. I
yeah,
dare you.
that's not your MO at all, man. Like, I thought your thing was fire, man. Like, what the fuck?
That's why they called me Fries. I've always laughed at like that idea that like people are just like, no, his last name is Fries, not Freeze. I'm like, I don't care. It's a comic book.
Fucking learn French, dumbasses.
It's not French, it's German. It's not a bad German at that.
Well, yeah, learn something that's not fucking English.
Yeah. And so later on, a couple days later, there's this like big black tie celebration. I think it said like the Gotham Tricentennial, and Bruce is talking to Commissioner Gordon, and he's talking about the lizard or something. And he's like, "It wasn't a lizard, it was a dinosaur, you idiot."
So the tricentennial. So like, does it happen 3 times a year, or is that the 300th anniversary?
It's a good question. I mean, if you're doing it every like 300 years, like how old is Gotham City? Like,
Damn. I know, so yeah, because the wording of that I was like, I felt was weird, like tricentennial. I was like, yeah, so, but,
yeah, but yeah, so they're wondering like why Freeze would do this, and it's like that had nothing to do with his wife. So they're like that's seemingly the only thing that he seems to
I
care about.
I know because I yeah like when they did that, I like momentarily forgotten that like at the end of the last Mr. Freeze episode with Tracy from Off My Shelf, give her a check out. She does some awesome work over there. So if you like movies, definitely check out her podcast if you liked her episodes. But yeah, that at the end of end of that movie, yeah, like he saw on the TV that like Bruce had put up money to resurrect, well, save his wife or whatever to do whatever the procedure was to make her whole, or not say whole, or make her well, I guess.
He gave her new organs. Which organs? All of them.
But whose? Hers. No, that's all I'm asking.
I mean, legally, I can't say.
Somebody's. They're
Important thing is somebody's.
they totally weren't not grown in a lab.
Mr. Wade, why do you have a closet full of organs? It's totally not because I'm not Batman.
It was just for me. Like they didn't get that movie, had the idea for the movie The Island from like what I'm doing. So look over there, smoke bomb.
So Mayor Hill is beginning the opening ceremony, and Bruce gets bumped by one of those women who is like wearing the parka, who is just kind of standing there. I mean, obviously, like Freeze is about to show up, but like you'd think that this woman would stand out in a crowd more than just bumping into Bruce Wayne by happenstance.
Well, yeah, well, I think it's more just yeah, I could say he was by the door, yeah. And you think like if she was like doing stuff like before Mr. Freeze showed up, you think she would like wear normal clothes or like wear like a
Right.
non Mr. Freeze a disguise or whatever, and then like yeah, because like then he's like what the fuck, and then a couple months later they all come in, and you're like why the fuck would you wear that like
Yeah. Like
like
she's not posed as a waitress or like a
yeah.
bartender. She's just like standing there in a parka.
Like it's obviously not winter outside because you can't use that. You wouldn't be able to use that as an excuse. Like I just got here. That's the ticket.
Ignore Michelle. She's in training.
This is what
Yeah.
you get for
So
not paying me. Yeah, this is what you get for not paying me more freeze. Like I can't afford. I can't afford disguises.
exactly.
Because like a bad cartoon. This is what's all. This is like there's like 15 of these outfits in my closet, and that's it. There's no other clothes.
It's August.
We don't live
So,
in we don't live in Canada. Like what the fuck?
oh gosh, yeah, especially these days. Yeah. So Bruce immediately is like, okay, something's up, and he I think like pages Alfred, who's like waiting in the car, and says can you get the suit ready? And like Bruce has like the bat suit like in the glove box of like his limousine, which was
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, no, so as I guess that's like the one handy thing with the material suit instead of like having like an armored suit. It's kind of like Spider-Man where you can just kind of stash or whatever and like change into it like right away instead of having to do like an Iron Man thing and have like something like something shoot it to you or have like nanites or fucking whatever that come in pieces and form around you sort of thing or whatever. Just be like take like a half an hour to fucking get into your fucking suit and have like you know yeah 15 people trying to get you into it.
So in the back in the ballroom, the mayor is unveiling this gigantic painting by this artist Giuseppe Bianchi, and it's called Twilight in Gotham. And I find that incredibly inaccurate. Twilight didn't come to Gotham until 2022.
I get it. Actually, I don't get it.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just this big like portrait of like the Gotham skyline, and like looks very. I mean, it kind of looks something resembling like the old style of Vitas. So it felt like something that was like very fitting to the motif.
Is
And
speaking of is part two still supposed to be out next year of Batman? Do you know, or is that the idea at least, or
I
has it
think
been
it's
put?
supposed to be, but again, I think that
Yeah, I
we're
don't think we
kicking the can down the road.
yeah I don't think we've heard anything in a while about it. Yeah, because people I think every so often keep on bugging going online to be like what the fuck's up with Batman? And he's like, eh.
He's like, "That's not my bag, bro." Well, I do know that Zoe Kravitz apparently said she's not coming back as Catwoman, but does that mean she's not coming back at all or for this movie, which I think is one or the other, I think.
And then and then yeah, like with with all the Marvel shit and people are like, oh, I'm not in this movie, and then they end up being in it. Like you have to just basically wait until it comes out. But
Mhm.
also too, it could be like, hey, like the Deadpool movies where like nobody came back for they were only in like one movie each and it didn't really come back.
Mhm.
Like Josh
Except
Brolin,
for
for
Channing
example.
Tatum. He's back in Doomsday.
Oh no, I know. I just meant like for like in each like Deadpool movie, like nobody really came back for like
Oh, gotcha.
for like a sequel. Yeah, so there was like in one Deadpool movie, and then that was it.
Well, we all know why one guy didn't come back.
Fucking TJ Miller. Yeah, so but yeah, but like the other stuff too. If other stuff comes out to be true, like I'm sure like a tiny bit of the stuff that he said about Ryan Reynolds could come out to be true. So, but of course he did either way. Like he still comes off as like the worst out of the two because
Yeah.
so so even if by off chance the Ryan Reynolds is a dick, which yeah, it could very well be like, like don't call in a fucking bomb threat on a fucking train and be like, like it's Ryan Reynolds' fault. So like, no, it's you're a dumbass. Hey, shut the fuck
Wait, I could have used that excuse. Gotta call my lawyer. Yeah, so the artist is about to unveil the painting, and he's like describing like how much it like means to him, and all of a sudden Freeze descends via rope like from the ceiling. It's raining Freeze, and he's like admiring the work out loud, and he's like talking about the mastery of the artist's technique. It'd be a shame if someone ruined it. Wink.
It's like how long did it take you to get that stroke technique down? 5, 10, 20 years.
That's what she said. Yeah, and so I like Bianchi realizes pretty quickly, like, are you about to do what I think you're gonna do? He's like, damn straight. So he just hits the painting with his like ice gun and just like it breaks apart into like chunks, and the artist is devastated. He's like, why? Why?
Yeah, because he's like 'cause when he was pleading with Freeze not to do it, he's like, oh, I'm too old. I won't be able to paint another because it took him however X many years to do it. And he's like, yeah, that's basically the point.
Yeah.
Old man artist, learn how to paint faster. Wha-
You know what they say about artists? They're only appreciated after they're dead. Want me to speed that up for you, pal?
But not before I destroy your shit first, because fuck you. I don't
Yeah.
care.
Yeah. So like Freeze is like alluding to like basically saying like he wants to take away like people's hope. And so he proceeds to pick his new target, a woman's dog, which I'm like, the hell, dude? Like I know you're like a cold-hearted SOB, but damn, it's a new low even for you.
It's not a polar bear, so fuck you and your stupid pets.
Yeah. So he's saying about like they should fear for the things that they hold dear. I am on a crusade to eradicate them all. And all of a sudden, Batman shows up and starts kicking ass. And so Freeze like sends his I think they call them in the wiki Ice Maidens to attack Batman. Yeah, they look like the girls like you'd see on like one of those like ice Disney on Ice shows.
Yeah.
Actually, the guy looked like something like Vaught on Ice. Like and yeah, Freeze like grabs Batman by the neck and like he just like ragdolls him like real quick. And like that kind of sets Batman off because like Freeze has always like had like strength due to the suit, but never to this degree. Like he just casually throws Batman around, and so Batman's like fighting with the goons, and all of a sudden Freeze uses his gun to like freeze his cape to the floor. That was really funny. Like
Yeah,
Batman's like, God damn it.
but isn't he like wasn't he like it looked like he was like aiming for like his like legs to freeze him to the thing. He just happened to get out of the way and it froze his
I
cape,
think so. Yeah.
or do you think he was actually trying to do what he did with freezing the cape itself and just be like, I don't want to hurt you, Batman, but unless you fuck with me some more, sort of thing.
I call it the Bob Ross method. Happy little accidents.
Okay, either way, he's not moving, so it's all good. Because we know he's not gonna fucking take the cowl off, the cape cowl combo off, and do that. So stay, Batman, stay. Good bet. Perfect.
Yeah, so Freeze is saying like I would kill you, but I want to get rid of you in another way. And then like he and his ladies depart and like Batman's like just kind of stuck there like frozen to the ground. And I just picture like that's when like all the people in the black tie party should just be like, all right, everybody bum rush him now. Let's take the mask off. Yeah, Gordon's just like trying to like be the human shield. Like actually, Where was Gordon this whole like sequence of events? Because he was in the party.
Well, I'm sure like oh what the hell is he? He's like
He's chilling at
70s.
the bar. Nah,
Well,
nah, Batman's got
well,
this.
yeah, well, yeah, like this version of like Gordon's like fucking like hella old. Like, no offense, Gordon, but if you're listening, but yeah, he's not gonna fucking be able to fight Freeze. Like, yeah, maybe I'd see Bullock trying to fucking like stupidly trying to fucking be like, hey, I can do this, and or helping, but then it's like really they get like frozen or fucking conked in the head in like 2 seconds. But I think Gordon's smart enough to not to leave the Batman, yeah, and just and try
Damn it,
and
my tax dollars paid for this bar, and I'm gonna down this bottle of tequila to the last drop.
no, I think Gordon definitely it seems like a whiskey guy. I think,
Yeah, whiskey or scotch.
yeah,
Yeah, so later on, Batman is at the Batcave with Tim and Batgirl, and they're kind of like figuring out like what Freeze is up to, and they of course mentioned like about Nora, and they said that he never went on like any effort to go see her after she was like brought back to health, and she actually married the doctor who like helped her in her treatment. So like that's gotta sting. Considering
be
like he was the whole reason that she was alive. Like,
yeah, or like the every instance he's showing up, he's like been trying to. There's always just to try and save his wife. So
mhm.
so if you save your wife, then all of a sudden you don't go and fucking see her. Like, what the fuck's up? So it kind of gives us that thought, which will come about shortly as to why he didn't do that or whatever. But yeah,
Mhm. Yeah, and in another part of the city, it this kind of like it's a laboratory that's kind of been like frozen over. These doctors, also in parkas, are looking after Mr. Freeze, and like the Ice Maidens have guns on the doctors, so like they're not like his goons; they're like hostages, and they're like trying to update him on his condition, and they're like, we've stabilized like where your like conditions at, but there's like really nothing else we can do. And just like, well, thanks, assholes.
and you had mentioned the two ladies with the guns. Like, I want to mention them for a second. Like, what do you think of like the guns that like it looked like they shot like
Oh yeah, they shot like icicles.
that like poorly like put together icicles instead of being like a beam of like cold like that, like, or do you think if you like squeeze a trigger, just like bump up, it does that, does like the bullet freeze bullets, I guess, or bullet icicles, and you hold
Yeah.
it down, it does like the beam of a cold or ice or whatever, whichever one it is, so, which I'm guessing is cold, and then it will make it turn thing to ice, or whatever the technology is that they want to do it in the call it in the show, or do you think those guns were just like ice bullets instead of like a cold
I
beam.
feel like Freeze keeps his technology, I mean, like his ice gun technology as close to the vest as possible. So I feel like he might make something like an offshoot, kind of
So
like so the
it's-
second description, I
yeah,
think.
so it says so he gets the beam of cold or whatever, and they get the shitty like downgraded like ice bullet guns.
It's like Men in
Like
Black. It's like
uh,
I get the
no
big gun, you get the noisy cricket.
no, I was gonna say like, well, that's the thing. The noisy cricket turned out to be the better gun because it fucking something flying. Or I was gonna say like the two goonettes get the Timu version of the the Mr. Freeze
The
gun.
team version. That's awesome. It's the Timu version, but it'll put a like shard of ice right in your sternum.
Yeah, it's like the dark their dark web Timu version. Yeah. like somebody came across like a or like an early like version like design like somewhere like in the garbage or whatever, and they just kind of put that together and that's it. And they didn't really get technology, so they kind of put it together wrong, and then
Yeah.
just kind of comes out that way. And they're like, it's technically a cold gun because whatever comes out is cold, but it's not quite the the Mr. Freeze proper gun. But yeah,
It's
you
just
probably
a
get a couple.
reverse hair dryer.
You probably get like a couple grand for it at least or whatever, so like it'd be worth something. So, some dumbass fucking level Gotham. He's like, fuck it, I'll just take that and just use it for my people, so I don't have to do that. So,
Yeah.
or spend like $5 on it and wait like 2 months to get it shipped.
I gave up halfway through. But yeah, so they're basically saying like like we've done all we can. Will you let us go? He's like, no, at least not yet. And he gets off of the this lab that they had been working on him on, and he talks to his ice maidens, and they're in front of this computer screen of like, who are we gonna get next? And he's like, someone rich, someone who gives a lot, someone dead sexy. Well, he didn't say that part, but he's probably thinking it. And then he turns it on, and it's like a video promo of like Bruce Wayne like holding a giant check.
Yeah,
And it's
in
just
front
like,
of it's on so in front of like some old ass fucking building. Yeah, they're doing some charity something. Yeah.
yeah, this is a donation to the kids whose parents were killed and mugged foundation. Yeah. So then I think the next scene is like they cut to Batgirl training in the Batcave, and there's like these like lasers that she's like dodging and like dummies and stuff, and just pretty good, like considering like that it's like technology like we've never seen her used before, and she's like, I think I like beat my all time score, and Bruce is there to be the buzzkill that he is, and he's just like, yeah, well, let's see if you go from level 6 to level 10. It's just like, what's level 10? You can ever go live ammunition?
I know, as they're she was finishing up, they got shot by a laser a couple times, and it wasn't
Yeah,
like a burn laser, but it was more like shock laser or whatever. And he's like, and he said that he's like, hey, she's like, hey, I beat my score, and she's like, yeah, yeah, well, dead, still dead. So he just
yeah, that was it.
yeah, he's
Like my
yeah,
parents.
yeah, so it's late. So it's and then she was like, "Yeah, so it's time for us to go to bed, go home, go to sleep." Well, and he's like, "Yeah, for me, you still need to practice because as I said, dead's still dead. So fucking get better, or I'm gonna make you eat a rat like I did that first Robin kid."
Tim's still working on his upstairs. And actually, yeah, he goes to see Tim, and I love this exchange because Tim's like watching TV, and Bruce goes up and like turns it off, and he's like, "Alfred said that you like failed your like social sciences paper or whatever." He's basically saying like, "I don't need to know what about the American justice system or
He's
what
like,
a
"Yeah,
district attorney does. I think it's a
yeah, yeah,
joke."
yeah." He's like, "I don't need to know what DA is." And he's like, yeah, and then Bruce is like, "Yeah, you don't know anything about the criminal justice system of Gotham." And he's like, no, the kid's like fucking 12. Like that means fucking shit to like a 12-year-old. Even if you
Yeah,
explain it, they're gonna be like, what the fuck does that mean?
yeah. Oh,
Like,
gee,
dude, like,
Bruce, maybe you should teach the crime fighting sidekick a little about American law.
yeah, and then too, and then yeah, I think he even calls him out for it. He's like, well, if you don't do anything by the book, why the fuck you making me do that? And he's like, yeah, so anyway, whatever else are you doing?
Smart ass kid.
Yeah.
Guy's like, but you
Point
failed science. Like,
like point taking, you fucking smart ass kid. And that's what I get for that's what I get for teaching the kids. They can outsmart me finally. Fuck.
shut up and finish your rat. And
Don't
yeah,
make me go.
so
Don't make me call Joe Chill for you. I mean,
I still got him on speed dial. It was an inside job. Actually, on One Earth, it was an inside. You don't believe me? Look up Owlman.
yeah.
And yeah, so all of a sudden the doorbell rings, and I forget who gets the door, but
Is
it's
that
Mr. Freeze.
it's Alfred? Yeah,
Oh, it was Alfred. Yeah, well, of course it's Alfred. Who else would get the door? You
yeah,
think
yeah.
Bruce
So
is getting
yeah,
his own door?
so the two Goonettes and Mr. Freeze are there, and they're like, bring us to the guy that has the money,
Yeah.
and
And
then
so
go ahead.
they're at the top of the stairs, and like freezes the staircase and like throws Alfred down the slide. And I love right at Bruce's feet in like the living room. And then I love how he like stands up and just slides down like the most unenthusiastic. I want him to go, wee.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised he was able to keep his balance in that, but then I guess we'll find out how he was able
Yeah,
to
we'll find
later
out
on. So,
how. Yeah.
I guess I imagine trying to walk around that suit that he had would be pretty hard, even though he's stuck in it all the time, he would be I still would have thought that would be tough trying to do that. Yeah, because even as us Canadians are used to like walking on surprise ice, I don't think we would none of us would be able to pull that off as well. I don't
No,
think.
I have crap balance when I'm sober. Like, yeah, so the Bruce is trying to like reason with Freeze, and he's just like like my company has a lot of resources and technology and science and medicine. We can find a way to, reverse your condition and, give you a normal life. And he's just like, it's too
It's
late
too
for
late
me.
for me.
And then he pistol whips Bruce. He cold clocks him. Huh?
I don't get it.
Yeah. And Bruce falls over and he hits like of course Bruce has like some kind of like smartwatch, which is like alerting Batgirl down in the Batcave. So it's like, oh no, oh now you need me. Oh, I thought I was supposed to train, but okay, Bruce. Um, and so Victor's like giving this whole monologue about like, like loss and stuff, and he looks at a picture of like Bruce when he was a kid with his parents, and he's like, you were just a boy when you lost them. And I'd have to say, I admire the last name of the guy who shot them. Still a jerk, but yeah. I always wondered, like, was there supposed to be like some coincidence with like the chill and freeze thing? I don't know.
No, I think it's coincidental.
It's probably coincidental. Yeah, I think even in like the comic retcon, they like changed his name to Chilton, and Chill is just a nickname.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's like, but you've made yourself a surrogate family. So perhaps I should take away your surrogate son. And he's about to, point it at Tim and, fire it. And then he changes his mind. He's like, no, perhaps your surrogate father. And so he like freezes Alfred. And all of a sudden, like Batgirl shows up. At first, like the Iceman's see like this silhouette in the window, and of course they probably think it is Batman, and then it's like Batgirl in like a silhouette form. So that was kind of cool. And yeah, they have a bit of a fight. Tim like kind of clean sweeps with the ankle of like one of the ice maidens to like knock her on the ground, which I would like. I like it when they have just like street smarts fighting. Like obviously, if they get carried away, it's going to lead to suspicion. But like relative self defense and quick thinking, I can let slide. But yeah, no, it was a fun like little fight scene.
And
And then
then
oh
what
yeah,
happens after that?
yeah, Freeze he's like manages to get away. Then they the girls take a giant chunk of ice and they just whack Batgirl and Tim over the back of the head with it. Like, oh, your brains all over the floor.
And I guess some people don't realize how big and thick and heavy a big old chunk of ice is.
Damn it,
Uh,
I told you to take his hope away. I did. Admittedly. Yeah, so they like make a run for it, and oh yeah, Batgirl puts like a tracer on like the side of their getaway car. And then we cut to Alfred in the Batcave in the Bat Jacuzzi.
yeah, no, how come Alfred doesn't get a back to tank for himself? He gets a jacuzzi instead.
This was
or
special custom order.
or
This is where Alfred invites all the ladies that he picks up to the Batcave whenever Bruce is out on patrol.
yeah, so or I guess yeah, Alfred doesn't like the scuba mask apparatus that he needs to put on, so he's like, yeah, make me a fucking jacuzzi instead, because fuck that back to tank bullshit. Like yeah, you and Robin
I'm on
are
the
in there.
damn jacuzzi.
It's like you and Robin there in there over the week. It probably is all fucking gross and disgusting because you probably have because I've seen you not change that fucking water in that shit. So make me a jacuzzi and make the same some function because fucking my hip from the war like it's fucked, man. Like go on.
Alfred, isn't it your job to clean that? Isn't it your job, sir, to shut the hell up?
We discussed this like the mansion is my duty and the back cave's yours. Like it's in the back cave. Clean your shit.
Yeah, so like they're just like, saying like, Alfred, are you all right? He's like, "Ah, I'm fan friggin' tastic, sir. I just picture him like smoking a cigar or something, just like he's literally just kind of putting his feet out. He is on cloud nine. Like he's loving this.
Yeah.
And yeah, Batgirl notices the tracer is activated and shouldn't it have already activated, but I don't know.
Yeah. I was wondering, or she was just like that, or just getting that, pairing the activator with whatever she was doing or something. Yeah, so, but
Yeah,
yeah,
some Wayne satellite or something.
yeah, it felt weird that it wasn't just like she turned it on and then it was automatically working. Yeah, so I was kind of curious on that myself. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, brother I must be running on dial up.
It is 97, yeah, so that would still maybe it'd be a 56K internet dial up, but still that's still slow as shit. Because I did have internet at 97 and it was fucking dial up and that shit is if you think you're if you have a poor cable internet connection now, remember it ended in 1990 fucking 7.
Good grief. Yeah, back when you couldn't use the phone and the internet at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would have been funny. Every time Bruce goes to use the back computer and Alfred's on the phone with somebody in England. That's
Uh,
right,
uh,
Jeeves. He told me to wax the car, the entitled little shit.
no, I was thinking something else. I like Robin is in his room like checking out porn, and he's like,
No,
"Robin,
shit.
I'm trying to use the phone, man. What the fuck?" Gordon's
I
been
gotta
trying
get
to,
my stockbroker on the phone.
Gordon's been trying to use a fucking red phone in his office for the last fucking half an hour, and he's got a busy signal. Like,
Well, for one reason or another, Bruce has decided to punish Tim. Oh yeah, I guess because like the failed like classes or something. He's like, no ass kicking for you. So
yeah,
he's basically like, you're Alfred's bitch tonight.
yeah, you say with Alfred, and Alfred's like, "Nah, fuck that, man. I want, yeah, like, I'm in the jacuzzi. I don't want to fucking watch out over a fucking kid like that we just fucking met." If this was Dick, yeah, maybe because he'll be able to fucking amuse himself, man. But if you just met this kid, like, come on, I haven't quite trained him yet.
Yeah. Bring me my crumpets and put on Downton Abbey.
Yeah.
Chop.
But after like he was like, okay, fine, yeah, I could use some tea and maybe some like tea biscuits or whatever, yeah, sort of thing. And then the kid was like, what the fuck?
Yes, it sucks when someone else has to do it, isn't it?
Why do you think my fucking hip hurts so much? I'm in here for like, come on. I have to get you to this shit all the time. You can do it for me once.
Alfred, they say once you bust your hip, it's all downhill from there. He just pushes him under the water. Yeah, so they use the tracker to go to this like old abandoned. I guess it was like a meat packing plant, and yeah, Freeze they think is like right on top of them according to the tracer, and they happen to well, okay, so Batgirl and him are looking around, and Batgirl like walks backwards and seemingly bumps into Mr. Freeze, but then turns around and realizes it's a headless Mr. Freeze suit,
Yeah,
which
they think it's like a spare suit, but
mhm.
Batman says like no, that doesn't quite make sense because it's not cool enough in here for him to have taken. Oh no, I think that's yeah, it wasn't cool enough there, so that's why I thought it was a
He
spare
had
suit
some
or whatever.
reason why he didn't
Yeah.
think it was
Yeah. Oh yeah.
the
Yeah. Yeah.
spare
Yeah. Oh
suit.
yeah. Oh yeah. Or like, oh, why? Yeah, yeah. She said it was his main suit, and then he's like, no, it's too cold for him to be walking around with like that. So like, maybe it's a spare suit, maybe, or something like that. And they're like, yeah, maybe. And then friggin' I think that's when he shows up, and he turns out he's like, friggin' Futurama style head in a jar.
Yeah, so Freeze, like, and I guess I kind of spoiled this in our Sub-Zero episode. Sorry, everybody. But yeah, Freeze has essentially turned into a mix between the Futurama head in a jar and those like brain spiders in Jabba the Hutt's palace. Um, he's basically like only a neck and a head now. And yeah, when the Ice Maidens, like find Batman and Batgirl like trying to rescue the hostages, they like put their guns on him and they call Mister Freeze out. And, yeah, like first you see this silhouette of like this like head on like spider legs. Actually, we talk about like Superman Lives. I think that was originally their plan for Brainiac. It was him was like he was going to look like one of those things from Mars Attacks, but with like robot spider legs.
Ack, ack,
Which
ack.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that movie since it came out, and I don't. One of the rare movies from that time, I don't really remember, so I'm gonna have to check it out again to see if I actually, because that was a Tim Burton flick, right? I want
I
to
want
say,
to say so. Yeah.
yeah, so,
I'm the president of the United States.
yeah. I barely remember that, so I need to watch it again. Yeah,
Yeah. But yeah, so Freeze, on his like spindly spider legs comes out and he basically explains like, his condition like continued to worsen as like time went along. And the doctors who, were being held hostage, like helped stabilize him, but only like up until like when. So I'm assuming, okay, so in your head canon, was it that like he melted or it was like frostbite or like what do you think like the biology science was that happened
no,
here?
no, or I think just like his body like froze enough that it just friggin' shattered maybe.
Yeah, I could see that.
So like yeah, I just turned it icicle and it just like boink, and fell apart. Yeah, maybe
Yeah, because
like
I'm like,
so.
what is this like? Is this like ice leprosy? Like, like
Yeah. It's like his body, yeah, his like body froze, yeah, and then just friggin' shattered from like a vibration or whatever sort of thing. Yeah,
yeah, it's kind of cool though, like because like yeah, he's essentially like more like haunting now because essentially he's like this is the reason why I couldn't go see Nora, like 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 they I'm barely like even human anymore, and I was barely human before that,
yeah.
and so I guess like they I mean at that point if you're the doctors when he's just ahead, what incentive is there other than like maybe like the Hippocratic oath to like build robot spider legs if the guy's like
Well,
holding you
well,
against your will?
that's why they did it is because he was holding them against their will. They weren't doing it
Oh
by
right,
choice.
the ice maidens. I was like, wait a second. If he's got but yeah, no, that does make sense. I
Yeah,
guess
yeah, so
but
yeah,
then
so either way, him like in or out of the suit, yeah, he's like he's still holding them hostage. So,
why would the ice maiden still listen to him if he's just ahead?
well, they can still get into the body. So, like who
If
says
he's
he was
just
not?
but nobody built
Who?
the legs for him except after the fact.
Well, probably like as he's knows his body was dying, he probably got him uh, to make the head in the jar technology and the thing before it happened. I imagine. But also too that just made me think of the first season of Jessica Jones. That yeah, the whole thing because they like whatever happened to his body, they know how to put him out and like put the thing all his stuff. And the Purple Man was the villain in the first season of Jessica Jones, and
Mm-hmm.
it turns out like one point he had like a kidney transplant or something like that,
Oh
or
yeah.
and because his powers only work like if he's like alive and stuff or whatever. Like
So it said no anesthetic.
so like whoever like he was like Daredevil's going in, or not Daredevil, Jessica Jones went in and investigated or whatever, yeah, and like the doctor that worked on him, yeah, he said something weird thing was like he was like awake, totally awake without no anesthesia, like through the entire procedure. And then you're like,
Ugh.
and then you're initially like, why the fuck would you do that? Then you later, I found out later on, like, hey, if he's like, unconscious, that like the power like turns off or whatever sort of thing. Yeah. So this made me think of that similar thing. Yeah, you probably could force him to that helmet thing, but like if you're transferring that and doing the thing, that yeah, like be like, oops, I knocked the head over like a jar off the like a jar off the
Damn it,
counter or
pick me
whatever.
up.
Yeah, and and then he's Walt Disneyed and fucking his head shatters and he's fucked. Yeah, so but yeah,
So
so
speaking of
it's
Walt Disney, does that mean that the billionaire back in Deep Freeze, the same thing's going to happen to him? Remember, he's at the bottom of the ocean. It's just going to float to the top. They're going to be like, people leaving their garbage all over the. Oh my shit! It's a frozen head.
no, I think we figured out they use either like suffocate and or drown like down there before
Yeah.
because he didn't have the suit at that point. I don't think. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the suit. But well, yeah, like I can go with that. Is it just hit me?
No. It did. No, I thought he like, got like frozen in the thing without a suit. I thought,
I think yeah, the suit. We can always look back. It's
yeah,
fine.
no, I
It
don't
doesn't
know. I'm
matter.
sorry. I don't care. I'm not looking back. So, so all right, it's already done edited. I'm not going back.
Yeah, so Freeze is like the doctor's gonna go, but these two are staying. And so he's basically he makes his whole speech about like basically saying like Nora was my hope. And if I have to lose my hope, everyone deserves to feel my pain. I have a little character note that Paul Dini said, speaking of Mr. Freeze, when it came to this episode. He says, I think I was the one who came up with the idea that Freeze was out to deprive innocent people of whatever they loved. That made him into much more of a villain. It stripped him of whatever sympathy or nobility he had, but it also made him more dangerous and frightening. Not a bad trade off. I didn't mind using him again as long as we found something other than Nora for him to obsess about. As long as he couldn't have anyone to love, he wanted to deprive others of that too. And I think that is kind of thing is like because he's always like since he debuted, he's been like, I'm so cold that like I'm like, barely have emotions anymore except for Nora. So with Nora gone, it's like, yeah, you're kind of like just like you were he was kind of that bit of like a Frankenstein's monster kind of thing, but now it's just kind of like, yeah, you are kind of turned into a monster.
The no emotions finally took its toll, and yeah, he just stopped caring as a whole. Yeah, kind of like that Dr. Manhattan thing when he became more like out of touch with humans. Yeah, and Mr. Freeze, yeah, came more out of touch with his emotions. So he's like, yeah, fuck everybody.
Yeah, well, on that kind of subject, I mean, he's not going to drop a giant exploding squid on them, but he has other plans for Gotham.
No,
Um,
that was Emantius, not Dr. Manhattan.
all right, yeah. No, I'm thinking of the movie when they're just like, "Oh, we're framing Doctor Manhattan because we don't want to put in the effort of a last minute giant squid that's going to explode over New York."
Yeah, that's I like understand the ending of the book, but I prefer the ending of the movie because I just the alien like alien tentacles always fucking hate because I hated in that and I hated in like the first scene of Picard where it was fucking mechanical alien tentacles was like the
All
villain.
right.
I was like, fuck this. Yeah, like the entire season lead up to fucking that. You're like, come on, like fucking yeah, like you're making like Romulans go crazy, and that's what you fucking came up with. Like, come on.
Yeah. So Freeze has actually come up with a bit of a doomsday plan for himself. So it's this reverse fusion bomb, which I'm like more. I mean, it's not a cannon like in Deep Freeze, but it kind of does the same effect of basically like it's gonna like turn everything to ice within like a I forget like how big a
like
radius, but
20,
it's
20 to
gonna
40.
freeze.
Yeah. But like I know it's like cartoon like physics, but like how does a fucking a freeze bomb work? God, because I get the basic idea of explodey, I'm gonna kill you grenade, but like an ice grenade, like that doesn't quite make sense. Or bomb.
Yeah, it's like I think a reverse fusion bomb. It's like a black hole or something. Like again, I'm no scientist, but yeah, yeah. So he's saying like this is going to like leave everybody without hope. It's like gonna leave them without hope. It's just gonna like kill them. Like that's that's not living without hope. That's just not living. Like
I can't help
so.
no one will.
Yeah. I mean, by association of living in Gotham, other than the Batman equation, you're kind of living without hope as it is. Like your hope is to leave Gotham.
You little hope, enter Gotham City.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, he says uh he leaves Batman and Batgirl to be like watched by the Ice Maidens as he gets into this I guess it's a helicopter. It's like this weird looking it looks like a kid's toy.
Yeah.
This thing that's like carrying the reverse fusion bomb and like out of this like hangar and so he's basically like I'm gonna drop it. He's gonna go oh what's that movie uh the Kubrick movie. It's gonna okay, continue, I'm looking it up.
Yeah. Like whatever one he's going to write it
Dr.
down.
Strangelove.
Yeah, Doug, that's it. That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, so
And then
there
I remember talking about fucking Armageddon in some one of my classes in high school, and my friend and I we got to the part where Steve Buscemi was jumped on the bomb, and it was kind of like making a Doctor Strangelove reference or whatever, and my friggin' teacher like heard us talking about it, was so mad that that movie was referencing Doctor Strangelove because of Armageddon's a fucking piece of shit. Even though I kind of like it, it's still kind of like a piece of shit movie. And he's like, and Howard C didn't like the movie, so he's like, fuck that movie for referencing Doctor Strangelove. With a stupid fucking joke.
it's like you really wanted them to actually have astronauts, not oil riggers trained to be astronauts. It's another
Yeah,
thing.
I like that Ben Affleck story. Yeah, Michael Bay. Was it Michael Bay or Jerry
It's
Bruckheimer?
Michael Bay.
Yeah, Michael Bay does told him to fuck off.
I know it's Michael Bay because Michael Bay put in that line in the Transformers 2007 movie. This is easily 100 times cooler than Armageddon. It's like you are like self promoting your own work. Yes, you are an artist. Yeah, so Batman and Batgirl just after like Mr. Freeze like flies out with the bomb, they manage to disarm them the Ice Maidens because of course they do. And Batman he uses his grappling hook to like just narrowly like get through like the closing doors of the hangar up into the helicopter. And he tries to sneak attack on Mr. Freeze, who's like piloting the thing. And then Freeze pulls an exorcist and his head swivels around 180 degrees, which was really cool.
Yeah, I know. I definitely wasn't expecting that. It was like, holy shit.
Yeah. Like, dang. Yeah. I don't think even Batman was just gonna like
Yeah, I think even he was like surprised by that. Yeah, he's like, well,
so like Batman is fighting Mr. Freeze, who again is like stronger than the last time they fought because he's like just
he's
basically
he's
a
got
robot.
he's got robot strength now. Yeah, instead of just like enhanced strength from the suit or whatever.
Yeah. And oh yeah, what did he do? Because like he managed to like hook Freeze onto the bomb
Oh yeah,
Well,
it was like with a bat grapple or whatever. You like
yeah,
hooked it to him and like then threw like the gut handle part to like onto the bomb and like it hit the retract. It basically did like the retract button and like it's like
but did
uh,
Batman pull the lever himself?
he like pressed the button like on the gun to do that to do the yeah to do the retractor or whatever. Yeah, like because he like shot it, grabbed thing, and then put it onto his suit, and I think did it that way. Yeah, and then he was like, then that's
My
how he
question
ended it, I
is,
think.
how is that not breaking your one rule, Bruce? Like he got out by a technicality, but I was like, wait a second.
Well, if he's just freezing it, yeah, he's not, yeah, well, it's not like a regular bomb, yeah. So like he can his the head in the jar can handle
Yeah, but that's a
the
big roll of the dice. Like,
It's a cartoon physics. We all know no one falls and falls and dies like that. So he's okay.
yeah. Yeah, so yeah, he like falls it because like he dropped it like right over the bay, and the thing like hits the water. There's a big kaboom, and like it's just it turns into the iceberg, and
Yeah. Because like the water like goes up in the air because of the explosion. Then like after that, like the freeze all goes. So yeah, so it's like all like a big jutting up into the air and stuff. Yeah,
it was a really cool visual.
yeah.
Yeah, so Batgirl radios Batman. She's like, "Are you okay?" He's like, "Yeah, I stopped the bomb, but yeah, I think that's the last time we'll see Mister Freeze." And almost exactly as he's saying this, they pan over to the iceberg where inside you can see like the headless freeze suit. So like obviously he managed to get out. I mean, I'm kind of curious how he swims, but considering he doesn't really have arms.
So is this the last appearance of him like in this season or
In this series, I believe so. I mean, he does show up in Batman Beyond, but
yeah
yeah, I think this is the last time we see
yeah
him in this.
because I did remember the Futurama head and jar part, but yeah, but I knew it wasn't from this, but I just couldn't remember if it was just because I had seen like clips or just pictures or if it was from something else. But yeah, because yeah, I think I only went through Batman Beyond once. That was like about 15 years ago. Yeah, definitely well after it aired. So yeah, so what would you give this episode out of five frozen heads?
I am gonna give it 4 out of 5. I think that considering they were kind of put into a corner with Freeze, having like Nora be kind of removed from his like character motivations, I was actually pretty impressed that they were able to kind of pull this off. And yeah, I mean, there's things I liked about the new design of his character, and there's some things I didn't like. But otherwise, yeah, no, I think it was a solid episode. But yeah, I enjoyed it. How about you?
I think I give it a 3.5 out of 5. We'll get it higher, but I don't like the new design of his suit. But I understand the new suit part, but not the new design and shit. Because I said at the beginning of the episode, I like the other character designs were only like slight like changes and stuff. But this one was like so far like the one that's been the biggest change, and yeah, I just didn't like that so much. So yeah, so I think but did like the rest of it. But I would have given it like a 4, if not. But yeah, 3.5 out of 5 frozen heads myself. Yes, that is the episode for this week, folks. Thanks for joining us in the Batcave to talk about Batman, the animated series. Next week's episode will be Double Talk. And I wonder who's going to be the main villain in that one. If we're going with the wordplay of the episode, I wonder who that'll be. But which I haven't looked at as per usual. I haven't looked ahead yet, so I'm only Only guessing, so we'll see. And you can follow us on that Twitter /X at Beyond Backcast, on Instagram at Beyond the Backcast. We're on YouTube now at youtube.com/at Beyond the Backcast. Check us out there. Give us a rate, review, and subscribe there, or wherever you find your podcast /where you're listening to this now. It would definitely help us out. And check us out wherever that is at Beyond the Backcast. And where can we find you on the internet, Braden?
You can find me on my podcast, Fandom and Folklore, where we talk about fantasy movies and TV shows and the fandoms that follow them. And if you want to find out more about Beyond the Backcast, you can go to the Instagram and click on our link tree and find our Discord, the Batcave, where we talk about all sorts of Batman stuff.
Yes, and you can check me out on Instagram at Stone Chunkman. That is my personal account there. And as I said, thanks for joining us in the Batcave to talk about Batman, the animated series at Beyond the Backcast. Goodbye, good chums. Goodbye.